Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast. Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Johnny.
Hello.
Hugh.
Hi.
And Marie.
Hi.
Lafayette will be joining us shortly. I'm Carlos, and we're going to get right into it with Halloween just around the corner, 2 days from now. What scares you guys? What frightens you, or what did frighten you? What doesn't frighten you now that used to? What is your biggest fear?
Bloody Mary was hecka scary. Way back in the day, Bloody Mary.
You mean just the myth of like going in front of a mirror? And
Mm-hmm.
what was supposed to happen when you said Bloody Mary 3 times or 13 times?
She's
She's
supposed
just-
to come out and kill you.
Huh.
To come up behind you or pull you through the mirror or something weird like that.
Similar to Candyman.
Or Beetlejuice. Or Marie.
I think you're so funny.
Marie, I was talking to my sister's boyfriend. He was listening to the podcast, and he was saying that we are kind of mean to you. Now, in your opinion, do you think we're mean to you? Shut the fuck up. I wouldn't care what you think.
Just like I like it.
Nobody asked you if you care. Hey, look who joined us, Lafayette. Thank you for joining the program in progress. Johnny, what scares you, my friend?
Sharks, snakes, and
Dark
ghosts.
snakes?
Sharks.
Shark snakes.
No, just there's a comma in between each. Sharks,
Oh, shark,
snakes,
comma,
and
snakes.
ghosts.
Ghost snakes? Or comma,
You know,
ghost?
I don't know if I've come across a ghost snake, but that would be the ultimate fear, right?
Have you ever come
Oh,
across
shit.
a ghost? Or
Yeah, have you ever come across a ghost? That's a good question, Marie. Thank you for stepping in and pulling your weight.
Or a
Hey.
goat for that matter.
Oh, goat? Oh,
I thought he said goats.
oh, you're afraid of goats?
They are horrifying.
No, have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever heard of someone? Do you know someone who's actually said they've seen a ghost besides Schuler?
My parents told me that there were a couple times that I would just wake up screaming for no reason and like pointing in the corner of my room type of thing. I
Like
don't have
night-
any memory of it.
Like
but
night terrors?
something like that. Or maybe I'd be out of my room and
Mm.
in another room type of thing. I only remember that a couple times, but lately, no. I mean, I you know what? I took a ghost tour. I've taken 2 ghost tours, one in Monterey and one in Austin. And they basically just go to all these spots and say, oh, this person was murdered here. This person was buried over here. And, you know, so it was basically story time. So we didn't see any ghosts, but we
You're
heard of
disappointed?
ghosts.
Did you ask for your money back?
I mean, there was no guarantee of ghosts. But it was interesting.
Well, my older brother, he had a house up in Northern California, and his dogs would always bark at like this dark corner by the front door, like away from the front door, just looking at the corner and just bark at it. So they thought they had something, you know, they thought there was some sort of haunting there in the house because the dogs are always barking at that spot. So they believed they had a ghost, and they heard things. They swear they heard things. And so is your little doggy barking at nothings?
No, I don't think there's any ghosts here. If anything, there's ghost snakes here because I live up in the hills. Every time I see a fucking snake, I'll kill it. So there's
Now you have
probably a lot
ghosts
of.
hanging
You know
out.
what I was just thinking? When we were younger, my brother had a big boa constrictor and it disappeared. And then when my parents started remodeling their house, they took the door frame out and the snake was in the door frame. And it was
Alive?
big,
Alive?
and no, it was like
Oh,
months later, but it was like preserved like a mummy. It was disgusting. So
man.
it could be ghost snakes. For reals.
Marie, that story scares the shit out of me. Can you fucking imagine? I mean, Carlos, you did construction. If you took down a drywall and there's a fucking python in there, holy
I'm taking
shit.
down
It
drywall
was like
and
a
found
baby. It was a
lizards.
baby.
It doesn't matter. Any snake is a fucking bad.
It was a
snake.
ghost snake too.
What have you found in drywalls or houses?
Mostly just lizards and birds. And I found one mouse. He looked liquefied, like he had just died recently, and he was liquefied. And then I told the homeowner, "Hey, Mickey Mouse died in your attic." And it was an attic access where there was a door. You could just walk in, right?
Mm.
And he looked at me like he wanted me to do something about it. I'm like, "It's your mouse, dude. I ain't touching that shit. I left it. I wasn't there for that anyway. I'm not an exterminator." I did find some people do really whack construction work and will stuff newspaper. Like I found old newspaper stuffed in walls. Like that's dangerous. That catches fire.
Was there any significance to it? Like, did you look at the headlines and like, 10
Yeah, there was
people
a murder
murdered?
in that house. A bunch of ghost snakes killed someone.
All right, let's get off of ghost snakes because every time we do that, I feel like we're making fun of me. Let's make fun of Marie.
You should watch that old horror movie, The Worms. I think it was called Worms, where they fall into a basement and it's filled with worms that like horizontally go into like invade people's faces, and it's great. You would probably perish right there.
What era was this? Was this like a canon film?
30 years ago, 30,
Yeah.
40 years ago. It wasn't great effects, but
So like the
Tremors.
typical like 80s horror films. So there were some titties in there.
probably.
Yeah, probably.
But I
Hugh, what
remember the
scares
basement
you?
full of worms. Man, I don't know. Burning alive,
Shit's
Drowning.
Real.
drowning, being under the water, not being able to get to the surface.
So dying scares you, apparently.
Yeah,
A violent death, burning
So
alive
let's-
is pretty. It's kind of a big deal. It's not that you're.
well, I can't think of
natural,
any. I mean, in terms of movies, like the one with the girl.
You afraid of
Uh,
movies? Shining?
No, the one with the young girl who becomes, a demon, and what's her name? The Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Hmm.
Like I won't say anything like the Candyman phrases. I won't say the Bloody Mary phrases.
Wait,
Why
you won't
why
say
take the risk?
Candyman?
Don't.
So
Don't do
urban
it.
legends.
So
Well,
urban
I
legends
just-
scare you?
It says it's not that they scare me. I'm just not. Why take the risk?
I dare you
You
to say
never know.
Candyman at least
Don't say
one more
Candyman.
time.
No,
I'm
don't
not
say
gonna
it.
do
One more time.
Don't say
I'm
it.
not
It's
gonna do
3
it. No, I'm
times,
not gonna
right?
do it.
Isn't
I'm
it
not
3
gonna-
times?
Come on.
Now
now.
in this movie, well, that's
on.
the bad thing.
Right,
It's
it
5
is.
times in this.
Is it
movie.
5 times?
Oh,
On the
is it
new one,
five?
it's 5. Oh, so it's Candyman, 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 Candyman.
Is that
Got it.
like
Got it.
throughout your whole life, or is that like?
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
even fear so much. I'm just not going to do it.
Like
I'm not gonna
Beetlejuice,
take this-
Beetlejuice,
No, I'm
Beetlejuice?
wondering about the rules of Candyman.
You do
like,
know that was
Oh.
written by somebody, or like a script writer.
Right.
You know. Okay.
Yeah,
just
but it's
wondering.
based on a
It's-
true story.
It's
It's
not based on a
vaguely
true
based
story.
on a true story in Cabrini Green in Chicago.
It's based off actual events
In at Cabrini Green, the housing project in Chicago.
that was infested by bees.
It's not.
Ay, ay, ay. What's wrong with people?
Why take the risk?
I
Why
just
take
did
the-
it.
I know you
just
did.
did it. Nothing happened.
I didn't. Anything out there? He did.
You
Wow.
know, they have
Wow.
a Japanese version of that. It's like, I don't remember what it is, but it's like you have to go into the closet and say some shit like that, and then you have to turn off all the lights. You have to go hide because if you don't, he'll come kill you. And feel like,
But why would you do that many steps to basically see a ghost?
I didn't make this up. This
I
I'm
is-
saw-
just saying in
All
general.
you need to do is
Invent
go
the
on 2
rules.
tours like Johnny did.
I've got a question for you, Left.
Yeah, Johnny
So
came
you-
out with less
so-
money. That's dangerous.
Here's my question for you. So you get to attend the random
Most
exorcism.
money.
And there've been real exorcisms. Not like the movies make them out to be. Do you step in there and say, "Why don't you try me on?" Like they did in The Exorcist? Would you do that?
We talked
Because-
about this before. I said
Nah,
I'd be in a room
law
where they do one.
enforcement.
I think it'd be.
Would you
very
say,
interesting.
"Take me on"?
I would ask questions and just kind of maybe even say, "Hey, you want to be on the podcast?"
But
Like,
you
I
wouldn't
mean-
say, "Take
I'll
me
be able
on."
to do.
Why
I mean,
don't
why
you-
not?
So
I
you
don't-
I
would.
guess it would
don't-
depend
I
on
don't
who is
think-
being
I
exercised.
just
Is
yeah.
that-
I
that
know.
type
What
of
if you get
stuff-
special powers if they take you on?
That type of stuff
Yeah.
is I don't
Real
know, man.
stuff.
I've seen a there's one on I think it's Hulu, maybe on Netflix about an actual Vatican exorcist exorcism, like a priest that they follow around, and he shows all these that he does, and it's a trip, but it's always the same thing over and over. It's only there's literally 500 exorcists every day in Italy, or exorcisms happening, and they're always around the Vatican,
Right.
and so on and so forth. Like they're never anywhere else, and doctors will tell you that they're fake, and this is people tripping. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I think that would scare anybody. If you walk into a room and your daughter was like, rah, blah, 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 speaking in tongues and different languages, you're like, well,
Hey, my daughter does that right now.
Slowly close the door, right? Be like, okay, you seem all right, and just close the door. He needs 5 minutes.
Some green stuff.
Just a little cold. You'll be over it in the morning.
I mean, no one would not be scared of that, It's like Johnny Sharks, right? Who's not scared of sharks, really? I mean,
now where did that fear?
I'm not scared of sharks, unless they happen to be cut in the ocean where they are. Then I might be afraid of.
I mean, and Hugh has a good point. Your chances of a shark attack is next to none.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I understand Johnny's
me
fear.
In the water. I look delicious.
He looks like a whale. Sharks eat whales.
Wow.
Oh, look, it's a sea lion. A sea lion jumped in.
I mean, if they're hungry, they're gonna get a good meal. That's the moral of that story.
The white beluga whale.
But no, my fear of sharks came from Jaws.
Yeah, no, I think that goes with basically everybody. I think Jaws scared the shit out of a ton of people. And same with snakes. When are you gonna run into a snake really in your life that
Johnny does all the time?
Like
every
all the time.
fucking week. I see.
Your backyard. Yeah, you have that fucking desert backyard.
That's not cool. I saw a tarantula the other day.
No way.
Yeah, it was like just scurrying across my driveway, so I ran it over. Like twice.
Just in case.
And then the next day the corpse was still there. And then the day after that, the corpse was gone. So that means an even bigger critter came by and just ate that motherfucker. And fuck my neighborhood. It's really nice up here, though.
I mean, ghosts. Ghosts are a scary thought. The thought of it. But again, you're not probably ever gonna see a ghost. And do they exist?
I'd like to. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let's take a ghost tour. Let's call up Schuler, and then we'll
Schuler's banned forever.
Oh.
He can maybe the only way Schuler will ever get back on this show is if it's his ghost.
As a ghost, yeah, I was gonna say.
As a ghost. That's it. Because no,
if it was half of him because he got eaten by a shark, or half of him got eaten by a shark.
He's just combining all my fears into one. Huh?
Yeah, his snakes.
And then he breaks up with me because I'm always afraid of rejection. Like, what else? What else are you afraid of?
I like that. I like you're afraid of rejection. Like that's number one on your list.
I'm afraid of rejection from ghost snakes.
Standing at the edge of a tall building.
But that's not something that when Carlos says, what are you scared of?
That
it's more of a
why would you stand on the edge of a building though?
You wouldn't.
I mean.
Like heights in general.
But you're asking me, there's really not much else. I'm not afraid of sharks because I'm not going to be in the ocean with my leg cut
ghosts either.
I think it's a fear thing, like Johnny's idea of swimming like in the ocean, and then it kind of hits you like, oh, I'm not swimming this far out. You never know. Same as alone when you're alone in the dark. All of a sudden you hear something. What's that? Oh my god, it's a ghost. And so forth. And standing on the edge of a building. I mean, I think a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, of course this is scary.
Well, mine is
a lot of people aren't.
A bit of claustrophobia. I get like enclosed places. I used to get really freaked out. And like just the other day, I was reading a book, and the character had found its way into a mine, and in the mine, he was crawling through the crevices and through the caves, and came to a dead end, and it was pitch black. That kind of scared me because I put myself in his situation. Like, oh shit, what would I do? I'd be. So for myself, it's a little bit of claustrophobia. I kind of got over it, but not entirely.
I mean,
how'd you get over it? Did you crawl through some tunnels or something?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Well, when I used to work in, when I used to do a lot of construction, I had to go into attics that had really tight spaces. So, and then not only that, I hate going under houses. I had to go under a house that was pitch black. I had a flashlight, but it was pitch black. I had to run some wire, and I just sat at the edge of the crawl space. I just sat there for like a half hour, just looking at the dark. And then I said to myself, I could have been done by now if I just went. It's been a half hour. So I finally went under there. It scared the shit out of me though. But
yeah,
I'm here.
claustrophobic. I mean, That's similar to, well, no, Hugh said being burned alive and drowning.
How's that?
So I would say buried alive is like more of claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But still, again, those are things that those aren't normal things in the sense of what we're talking about when you say Halloween, scary, Hugh's urban legends. Yeah, that's more like, the path we're talking about, or ghosts. But then again, who's going to say I'm afraid of monsters? I mean, there are no monsters.
Well, what
I'm
about
not
you?
afraid of
Are
moths.
you afraid of their tough guy?
I don't know. It's the same thing, right? It's like the dark and the not the dark, but like waking up and then you hear something. You're like, what the fuck is that? It's
Is that when you nudge your partner? Go check that shit out.
Yeah.
Oh,
What does your partner say?
probably her, to be honest with you. And then I don't know. It's
Oscar
just
Pastroya, that
it's
shit, man.
it's always that type of stuff. It's nothing else. I mean, some people go, I'm afraid of getting into a car accident. Well, that's not Carlos. Claustrophobia is a good one because I guess people freaking out about that. I mean, sharks is a good one, because people won't even go into the water for that reason. Marie, did Marie already tell us what she's scared of?
He's afraid of morning
She's
alcohol.
afraid of a comb right now.
She's afraid of a comb.
Better.
Afraid of a comb.
I'm afraid of commitment.
Well, we know that, but that's like every episode. Yeah, Johnny. I like Johnny's was the opposite. He's afraid of rejection.
You know what used to scare me when going back to the Bloody Mary thing was that back in the day they used to have those books that Bloody Mary story came in. It's like scarier stories for the dark, and it was like the pictures were always drawn in black and white, and they were always like dripping and looked super bloody, and they're just really creepy. I think Jack Black came out with the movie not too long ago, but they had a bunch of
tell in
them.
the dark. Yeah.
And there was
yeah.
in the Bloody Mary story, it wasn't actually, it was the only one that wasn't a story. It was like a thing, just like a thing to do. It was the only action item on there.
When I was a kid, my brother told me the hand on the hamburger helper box came alive at midnight. So
And cook you food? What did they do?
he just came alive. What
why?
more do you want? Like,
But why? It's got
is
three
it not
fingers, it's
impressive that
kinda
it comes
useless.
alive? You're like, what the fuck
No,
else?
I'd be, well,
I want
kinda.
some chili mac. Like
A third hand. All right,
Fucking
go.
older
scary.
brothers were the worst.
Maybe he'll make you a handle. Give you a handle while you make a sando.
Man, I
midnight.
was 5. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's
Handle
true.
was.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
at midnight, we go downstairs and we sneak down.
You'd
And I
look
open
for
up. I opened up the little pantry door, and then he fucking scared the shit out of me. And then and I yelled. My parents woke up, and I'm pretty sure my mom beat the shit out of me for waking her
I'm
up.
sure she did.
So yeah, I have a fear of hamburger helper.
The hamburger helper man or the hand. All right. Well, with that, we'll take a break. Be right back after this.
Welcome to Bridge Boys.
Bridges.
My name is Jeremy, and this is my partner in crime, Andreas Papas.
That's right. We're here to introduce you to the podcast that takes you on a whirlwind tour of the world's coolest bridges.
Yeah, we'll be exploring the history, culture, and engineering that goes into them. So we hope you'll join us on our exploration of all these beautiful bridges. And be sure to subscribe to the Bridge Boys podcast on your favorite podcast player.
Yeah, we'll be dropping some new bridge knowledge every Monday starting August 9th. So we'll talk to all of y'all then.
Bridges. Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast, here with Carlos, Hugh, god damn it, he left, Johnny, and Marie, and I'm Lafayette. Hey, Marie, you like Halloween?
Yes.
What's your favorite part about Halloween?
Dressing up.
Oh, what are you dressing up as this year?
I think
What do we
I don't
got?
know yet.
What's your ideas?
I have a skeleton costume,
Mm.
and that's it.
And do you go to parties? Do you just go
Of course I
bar
go to
hopping?
parties.
Do you? Oh, of course I go to parties. Okay, socialite over here. Johnny has a child. He can't do anything anymore. So, but did your neighborhood?
Marie, did you ever go through the slutty costume phase?
I'm still in the slutty costume.
Yeah, it doesn't end. What are you talking
You're gonna
about?
be a skeleton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
A
she's gonna wear
slutty
no
skeleton?
clothes.
it was
I've
right
never
here,
seen
but-
that.
Yeah, what's a slutty skeleton? Exactly. Good point. It's just
Yeah.
skin tight. That's has to be skin tight. Just some type of. That's all it is. Yeah. Johnny, do
You show
kids,
extra bone.
do kids come to your? Do kids come to your casa still, or I should say, in your neighborhood?
Last year, I think we had 4 people come through.
Nice. So you have a high
Yeah.
bar. Like, do you expect more kids?
I mean, I expect a lot of leftover candy.
So you buy a lot of candy?
Get the Costco pack.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
you know, there's usually quite a bit left over. You know, every year it seems to be different. Like at my old place, you know, I remember like leaving the bowl out, and then it would just
Horrible
be
idea.
empty. Yeah, of course. This time around, since we get so few kids, they get a lot of candy.
And
We
then
get a few visitors here and there.
and I know Carlos dresses up for every Halloween. Like he can't miss a Halloween without dressing as something. So what are you gonna dress as this year?
Well, it's either going to be Steve from Blue's Clues.
Mm.
I think that's what I'll do. Yeah.
So okay. And are you just staying home and passing out the candy to the children?
Yes, this year, yeah. No, well, we're going to take my son out first, and then we'll come back and
Halloween.
throw candy at kids.
What is your favorite Halloween memory? Did you have a favorite costume? Did you have a certain night that was just a lot of fun with your friends or a party or so on and so forth? What is your favorite Halloween memory, Johnny?
I think when I got out of the military for the next 3 years, my costume was my uniform. And then like after 9/11, everyone came back from deployment. That's what their costume was. So I had to retire it. And it was getting
Okay. So
But
that's your favorite?
I remember going to one of those zone balls. Remember they
Yes,
had it in
the
Sacramento?
zone balls. That was a
Exotic
dirty
balls.
show.
It was like going to the zoo for the first time. I'm like, whoa, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Whoa. There's a petting zoo over here, and yeah,
Lot
it
more
was
than
just
petting.
insane. It was insane.
Yes. So that was a fond memory for you for Halloween.
I think so.
Okay. Carlos, do you have yourself a Halloween memory?
Yeah. It was actually a Halloween. I don't know why, but this always comes to mind. It was in the old neighborhood. I believe Johnny was hanging out with me, and we weren't going to do Halloween that year. But then we decided last minute we're going to do Halloween. So I ran inside, put on a sweatsuit, put on a weight belt around my waist, and stuffed my sweatsuit with paper.
Yes.
And I think we went as Hans and
Hans and
Franz.
Franz. Yes.
All right. So
It was towards the end of the adolescence where
you kind of like
the
it's not
candy,
cool to
the
trick or
candy
treat.
givers. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
aren't you a little too old? I'm like,
old to trick or treat?
Don't you talk to me that way. Look at my muscles.
No. I want you guys to do Hans and Franz.
Fuck you up.
That's not how Hans and Franz would do it. Give me some Hans and Franz.
It's gonna come off like my Van Damme.
An Italian guy?
Yeah. Give me some candy.
Wait, don't do it.
I
All right,
remember
Marie.
Johnny and I went to
hold
one
on.
house, and the guy ran out of candy, so he gave us $1 and said, "Here, split this."
Nice. Marie, give me a Halloween. One of your fondest Halloween memories.
I went to, and I don't know why this one sticks out, but when I was like 21 or 22, we went to a friend's of a friend's, and they lived down the street, and we went with my boyfriend, and my other crush was there, and they didn't care, and they were fine, and they were getting along. But like all my other really good friends were there too, and it was just like a big sorority and frat party, and it was great. And then we walked home because it was right down the street. It was just,
Wait, that's it? I went to a party and hung out. That was one of my fondest memories.
Because nobody fought over me. That's
Friend
why.
and her crush.
I had a crush, and
and they
they're all
knew,
cool.
and I'm pretty sure they knew about each other, and they didn't care. They got along. It's fine.
Oh.
Could have went to Paris that night.
So
What
was
happened?
your memory was more like unity, friendship. I
Yeah.
like it.
Well,
Good
like I
time.
said, that's like the only one I remember.
Yeah.
I have blacked out every year after that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I went to the Hollywood Cemetery on Christmas one year, maybe like 4 years ago. Christmas, yes. On Halloween.
That's dark.
On
man.
Halloween. And it's cool because they have a concert in the cemetery. It's all decked out. It looks super cool. It's all like neon lights everywhere. You can see like all these celebrities, where they're buried, and it's all like done up with like all these fancy lights. Matter of fact, what was that really popular guitar player that died maybe 4 years ago? He was in the Soundgarden. And he had
Cornell.
Chris Cornell. He died that same year, and he had this really cool memorial that they, have that I guess his wife had there for him. But it was really done nicely with all these like red lights on it, and the whole bottom was these orange like petals, and it was all the celebrities had something cool, so you could walk around all night. They have food trucks in there. It's and it's every year, like they're having it again this Halloween. And it's just a party, and you can go to the Hollywood Cemetery and just party it up at the cemetery, and it lasts till like 2 a.m.
Have you ever been to the West Hollywood Halloween party?
I have twice. Yeah, the West Hollywood one's
fun.
wild too. It's just a looky-loo party. You're just watching all the people that come out and dress really cool, and then half the people are naked. You're like, oh, okay. So that's a wild party though. But yeah, no, Halloween. I mean, I don't do Halloween anymore, like in the sense of it's not like something I look forward to anymore, but it's cool. I mean, as an adult, I do think it's a lot more fun than being a kid. If you want to get all into it and go party and have a good time, we're adults. We can buy our own candy.
No, I have pretty good memories as a kid.
No, don't get me wrong. Halloween's always fun.
You want candy.
Yeah, and it was a little scary because
you want candy.
Like, there were a couple bullies in the neighborhood, and I remember getting egged one year.
Sorry about that.
Remember there was a cemetery not too far from the neighborhood.
Yeah. But I don't remember.
Then we had
parties
the 2 older kids running around with super soakers they told us was piss in it, and they were squirting kids.
And there were also kids on bikes that try to snatch people's candy. I remember
never had that happen.
Yeah.
No, never had that happen. I know I saw it happen. I saw people get their candy snatched in the neighborhood, but never. No, like I said, no, Halloween's a blast. I mean, hopefully everybody has themselves a safe Halloween. And what was your favorite Halloween candy you look forward to the most? What was it when you got it in your bag? You're like, yes. Was it just any full-size chocolate bar or a very particular candy? What was it?
No, when I was a kid, I just looked
they were
for
gross.
if anybody gave me a full-size Kit Kat. But in Canada, though, I was always looking forward to the full-size Mr. Biggs or Coffee Crisp.
Johnny,
love the Coffee Crisp.
What's your go-to Halloween candy as a kid that you
liked? As a kid, I would say M&Ms.
Yeah, peanut M&Ms, right?
Yeah, peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, you give me a full bag of peanut M&Ms, I'm cutting your lawn for a week. Even though one time's enough, because I want to cut it again. It's not gonna grow that fast. You're right though. A bag of oh man, people give me peanut M&Ms and peanut butter cups.
And you ever get the story that tell you don't take any apples because they put razor blades in them?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's just.
You think that's an urban legend? Or
no one ever gave you apples.
No one ever gave you an apple.
Like here's the celery, kid.
I feel like maybe in the.
Is there a razor blade in this?
Yeah, it got me scared of fruits and vegetables for years.
People the worst one is not the individually wrapped certs. The worst one is the box of raisins.
Oh yeah, you used to get the box of raisins too. Yeah, and you give them to your parents. Yeah, like they would eat them, or you would think they want them.
Do you remember those Asian candies? They're wrapped up and individually wrapped in like red.
Yep.
They weren't great. I remember going
to
one Asian house, and the guy like gave us one each, and then his wife came up from around the corner. No. So she took them back, and she gave me and my buddy a nickel each.
What?
I was like, all right, I don't want either one of these. I knocked on the wrong house. I am so sorry.
You should have said, "Hey, I'll buy that for a nickel. Give me that back."
Yeah, the conversion rate wasn't there. It was like one of those Korean wons or something like that.
Hilarious.
I'm like,
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. So I had all this candy in my bag, and at the very bottom was a shiny nickel.
Yeah, that's awkward. I mean, I would
love
love to
go out for Halloween this year, but you hand out squid cards. Squid game cards. Just hand them out. Just walk away. Hand them out and walk away.
I feel like just handing out like
the number on the back.
Like travel stuff, like you buy like the mini deodorants and the Q-tip packs and
the scopes,
like just
you know what I wanted to hand out? I want to like collect all my ketchup packs for a year and
wow. Wow, you want to be the house where like, dude, just don't go there, bro. Why not? She's passing out old condiments she collected out of
There's an evil witch, and she's
Taco Bell sauce. A broke ass fortune cookie.
Like a Chipotle burrito that's still half, so she wrapped it back up. I'm not gonna eat this. I'll just pass it out. What? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see you doing that. Yeah, I could see you doing that. That's very interesting. Okay, well there you go. How about costume wise before we go? Like, what was your favorite costume you ever had for Halloween? Or was it something that maybe you repeated over years and years because either your parents didn't buy you one or you just liked that costume? Was there
I
anything?
remember I was always, what is that broad's name from Nightmare Before Christmas? I was her, Sally,
Sally.
like 3 years in a row, and it was cool. I made it cool before everyone else did it.
Oh, you're the one.
I
Thank
was
Oh
you.
my
like in the
God! So we've heard
I was like in
stories
the
about you.
seventh grade. I was in, and my mom sewed up the
Wow.
costume. My
So
mom
you
sewed
should
up
see the
robes
Reddit
herself.
thread that you have.
Wait a second. Did you start cosplay?
Yes,
Amazing.
I know.
Wow, that was a good
Wow.
story.
We have a
God,
legend on the
okay.
podcast.
Yeah. Carlos, what was your favorite costume that you've had ever as an adult or a child?
When I was a child, my favorite was I don't know why my aunt even had this. It was in Canada, but she had a nun's costume. I dressed up as a nun that year.
Pregnant yet?
No, just a nun. It wasn't sacrilegious, goddammit.
Like the nun from the movies, like the scary one.
I know my
No,
worst
just a nun.
costume was I wanted to be a fairy, and then I was like, no, I want to be the fourth of the Statue of Liberty. And so my mom was like, that's a great idea. And I was like, no, I want to be a fairy. And then she made me be the Statue of Liberty. I was like, this sucks. Yeah, but I changed my mind. I didn't like it.
Nope. So, as a kid, the nun. As an adult, what's your favorite costume?
Again, as an adult, my favorite was I went on Ace Ventura to the West Hollywood party.
Okay.
I pulled it off pretty well. I even grew my hair out long in the front and in the back so I could do the pompadour and the ducktail in the back.
Favorite as a kid, I'm gonna have to go Hans in France. I had a lot of fun that year, and as an adult, I'd say my army
Military
costume.
outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine as a kid was Zorro. I must have been Zorro like 3 years in a row. And then as an adult, I bought this werewolf costume that I used to work at. What's that? Spirit Halloween. I was a manager there, so I got like everything 75% off. So I got this realistic werewolf.
But aren't they
mask.
already marked off like 50%? So you got 125% off.
Yeah, they paid me.
God damn.
And and I had this realistic werewolf head that actually moves the jaw and everything, and everything. It was cool. Like I had the hands and all that, and I was terrorizing kids in my brother's neighborhood. I was like hiding behind bushes, and the kids were like walking down the street with bags, and I'm like, and they're like turn around and I see me running, and they just jam down the street dropping their candy. I was like 30 years old. That was sad. But the fun thing is I had gold chains on, like a wrapper around my neck, like as the werewolf. So, make it cool looking.
Island.
So yeah, styling, profiling. So Halloween, like I said, as an adult, you can make it super fun. If you skip it, it's not a big deal, I guess. But as a kid, if you have kids, don't deprive your children of Halloween. Halloween is a good time for children.
Last year, I went as an elephant, and then I got COVID.
How about this year?
So I went to EDC this past weekend. Me and my friend went as Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro on the first.
You should
day.
go with somebody that gets closer to their microphone.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh,
Hi.
You should also you don't need a costume to be an elephant. All right, we'll take a break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll be right back after this.
Oh, you're the worst.
Choose your fighter.
Welcome to J&Bay Neighbor Gamers.
We chose to do this podcast because of our passion for video games. Over several decades, we have played on various consoles from Atari, Sega Genesis, NES, PlayStation, Xbox, and next-gen consoles. We also love talking about pop culture, Marvel, and Star Wars movies. Video games is our escape from a hard day's work, and what better way to spend it by talking about the latest video games. You can find us on all the major podcasting apps or look for us at neighborgamers.com.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Happy Halloween, as it is 2 days away from this Friday. Hopefully you have yourself a good time. Enjoy yourself. I'm here with Carlos, Johnny, and Marie, and I'm Lafayette. And do you ever watch movies on Halloween, like scary movies? Are there certain movies that scare the holy turd out of you, or a movie, or do you watch movies leading up to Halloween? Is Halloween the horror month? Is it something that you particularly watch those type of movies? Because in theaters, that's when those movies typically come out. They come around this time of year. They line it up. Are there any movies out there that even give you a memory of Halloween, like a fond memory of, oh, I remember we watched that movie that one year on Halloween, it scared the shit out of me? Anything in particular?
I mean, I don't think it was during Halloween, but I remember watching The Ring and being freaked out. And I was stationed in Utah at the time. And so when we got back to the barracks, my buddies went out for a smoke, and I thought I'd play a prank on them. So I would have the TV set on the Snow Channel and just be staring at it. So when they opened up the door, they'd be freaked out, right? But then, like, I leaned down to get something, and then the fucking volume went up and up and up. I was like, what the fuck? I was sitting on the remote. And so I scared the shit out of myself. And when they came
You're an
back,
idiot.
yeah, they were like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I tried to scare you, but I scared myself in The Ring. And it's fucking scary. Fuck you guys.
In my pants, I peed him. It's okay, you guys. We're in the military. Hell yeah, America. Like, what?
That'd have been a funnier story if you took your rifle out and just shot the shit out of the TV.
Right? It was all you the whole time. Oh, that's be so good. Oh man. I mean, I kind of Ghostbusters is kind of something I think of when I think of Halloween. Matter of fact, the Halloween movies, I never really watched those movies. You ever watched those movies, the Halloween movies?
No.
I've maybe seen one or two. They're just not very good. They released a new one called Halloween Kills, and it's the same shit again. It's just him killing people in the neighborhood, and he
Yeah,
can't
I thought on the last one, she took care of that. But
No. That's what's so dumb about those type of movies. He's never going to die.
Is Jamie Lee Curtis in it?
She is in it.
Yay.
But again, it's like making more Friday 13 movies. He can't be killed. Just stop making those movies. We're good, right? Like those campers, just close the camp down. It's cool. Nobody needs to go there anymore. You know.
You know, I really liked Jason versus Freddy. Even though it's a terrible movie, terrible acting, I had a good time.
It has a good premise though.
Yeah.
You know, actually the premise is good, and Freddy actually looks the best in that movie. When
Yeah.
he goes full demon mode.
Oh, he was
has, like,
badass.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I don't know. Carlos, any movies that give you the Halloween feel?
Yeah, wasn't the first Scream movie during Halloween? Like the movie itself?
Oh, I
when
think
it
so.
started?
Yes, because I remember people
Yeah.
going to that movie dressed up, I think, if I recall.
No, I mean just in the movie itself.
No,
it
no.
was
Takes
it
place
started
in
at
Halloween. Oh, wait, does it
Yeah.
take place? Oh, it does. You know why?
Yeah.
Because Drew Barrymore.
Hanging from the tree was like a
Yeah, but remember she's
prop.
like she wasn't answering the door and so forth. Like because she was originally on the phone with a friend of hers. And she's like, no, I'm not. It's Halloween, but I'm just staying in. Blah, blah, blip, blap. And then she thought someone was playing a trick on her. That's right.
Yeah, so I like the Scream movie, and they're coming out in Scream 5. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yep. Has the original cast.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Those that survived. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. The first one's fantastic though. When you first watch
the first
Scream,
one's great. Yeah.
it was a whodunit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they reveal it, you're like, these smart sons of bitches. I like when he's like, just stand still. I'm gonna stab you a couple of times. No, man, I'm bleeding. I'm really bleeding. And then he
I'm getting
dies.
woozy.
Yeah. I'm getting woozy, man. Stop stabbing me.
I thought the scary movies were good.
Oh, the comedian,
I mean,
the comedies.
A few of them were pretty
the
good.
first two were pretty good.
Yeah.
Was Charlie Sheen in those movies?
He was in number 3 or number
Okay.
4, I think.
All right.
When the Wayans brothers took off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's another one. Hubie Halloween, Carlos' favorite. An Adam Sandler movie. It's not a horrible movie. It's just a kid's movie. When we you know what I mean? It's on Netflix. This is Adam Sandler flick called Hubie Halloween. And
You know what's funny? I haven't seen it, and if you told me, like, you wouldn't spoil it. You could tell me anything about the movie, and it wouldn't spoil it for me. Because it's like I mean, whatever. If it's on TV, but
are you an Adam
Netflix.
Sandler
It's a
fan
Netflix
enough
movie.
to just watch whatever he does and enjoy it?
They're all the same to me. I mean,
No, they are. They
some
kind
of
of all
them
the
are a
same.
little better than others, and then some of the stuff that he puts out, like it's a recent one.
The Western?
No, the
The Jennifer Aniston one.
That was
Actually,
a good one.
Adam Sandler wasn't in this one. It was a David Spade movie with.
But he produced it. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. It's the mistaken like identity one.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was actually kind of funny.
Yeah. But Hubie Halloween, like I said, it's just your typical Adam Sandler flick where he plays a bumbling fool, and it takes place on Halloween. He's trying to figure out who done it, type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Halloween movies. I mean, of course, you know, your typical Friday 13th, Friday, and Chucky. I don't know if you guys ever like the Chucky movies. The first one's okay, I guess, but they're all kind of stupid.
The remake was horrible.
Little hard to believe.
That's the problem. I mean, that
you
really
gotta
is
be,
the problem.
You gotta be a sneaky little doll, I guess. And
You gotta be a sneaky little doll.
I mean, but like in the end, just get into an open room and fight this motherfucking doll one-on-one.
Right?
He doesn't take it.
He doesn't have that many articulation points.
No, he doesn't. His shoulders and his pelvis, right? That's it.
That's it.
Kid can barely walk. I kicked that fool across the room.
So stupid. And the way he
Unless he
became
ended up stabbing me in the toe.
Oh, remember the way he became Chucky?
He's possessed.
They were chasing like that serial killer or
murderer.
whatever, or hitman or whatever, and he possessed the doll to transfer his soul into it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about as believable as a kid that drowns in the lake and hunts down the campsite for 15 years. So dumb. But that's what makes them, you know, fun movies at the same time, right? Because they're stupid. So yeah, I don't know. What is a movie that you won't watch? It's too scary. Like you just like, I've seen it. I'm good. Is there a movie out there like that? Like, I'm solid.
What was that Korean movie? It was like The Devil May Cry, I think, maybe something like that.
What is that about?
I could be getting the title wrong. I saw only like the first 5 minutes where
This was scary.
I need
It
to
was
see
scary
this.
as
I need to
fuck.
see this.
like the chick is on the cell phone. She's like broken down on the road, but just the angles that they come in with the camera, I'm like, oh, this bitch is gonna die. This bitch is gonna die. I can't take it. I'm pretty sure it was.
Wait. Did you even get to the point where she died?
No.
Did she even die? She may not even have died yet. She could have been the main character.
So wait. So what
Made it
happened
to the end?
You got scared of how good the directing was?
First 5 minutes.
That's a good director.
I haven't seen it. I hear it's really good, but
Wow. Marie, is there a movie that you won't watch that scared you a lot the first time, or maybe even if you maybe The Ring, so you won't watch it again because
I
VHS
watched it a million
tapes.
times.
Oh, okay, but it does scare you still when you watch it.
No.
Oh, good lord!
Thanks for playing along.
That wasn't the question.
no, I'm sorry. It was called I Saw the Devil.
Oh, okay. The question was, is there a movie still that either you won't watch or still scares you even though you've seen it already?
No, but I'm still afraid to go in the bathroom with the lights off.
Why?
Dude, that's my favorite time
Wait,
of
why?
day. Just shutting down the lights and taking a shit.
Yeah. Why don't
Oh
you?
my
Wait,
God.
why? Like,
I
what was?
fucking
I'm
love that.
confused. What's the bathroom tie-in? Like, what's that about?
For
You like
Bloody
candles
Mary.
and drink wine?
Oh my god!
Oh.
If Bloody Mary came in while I was taking a shit,
Oh,
it's
she'd
on her.
leave.
Oh yeah.
She'd die.
She would look in the mirror
She'd
and
go
say,
back to the land of the dead and
Yeah,
be like,
no, I'm
don't say
saying,
Johnny
she'd
in the
look
mirror
right back
3
in the mirror.
times.
She'd
Bloody
open the
Mary,
door
Bloody
and be
Mary.
like, "Yep, this is hell."
Yeah. Like she's like she's saying back in the mirror, you're like, no, ain't no turning back now, bitch. Turn them back now. You best get your resume together and get a job. You my roommate. Oh man. Like a movie have you guys ever seen Hereditary?
No.
Oh man, it's on Amazon. Man, watch that. It has a lot of Gabriel Byrne is in it. Toni Collette is in it. But it's a trip, man. It's a good movie. It's but it's a trip.
Is there a incest thing going on?
No,
I'm just going
did
by
you
the
want
title.
that?
No.
I mean, what is
I'm not.
yeah. You know what
Make it sound like
Hereditary?
I'm jerking off.
I mean,
like, are their cousins doing it?
I mean, it's an odd question.
Don't you watch that, though?
Hereditary. I mean,
Stepdad doing- no.
just going off the title.
Yeah, but that just means more like something that carries along the line of
lower.
your family, like Hereditary.
Because they're doing it?
Oh my goodness, man. No, actually, they're not doing it. But it's a good one. You want to see a good scary movie? Watch Hereditary on Amazon. It's free if you have Amazon Prime. So
One that still creeps me out is The Strangers. Have you seen The Strangers?
That's with I forgot.
Liv Tyler, whatever it is.
Liv Tyler. I have seen it. I've seen it once. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Based on the Manson murders.
No, but okay.
No, that's the hook line was based on true events, but it's on the Manson murders.
Yeah, you know what the true event was? The director said what the true event was. All he said was one year somebody was knocking, or one day, not even a year. One day somebody came to his neighborhood, not even his house, and knocked on the door and asked for somebody that didn't live there on purpose. That was it. That was the event. Like, thanks, buddy.
Scary shit though.
Scary.
Someone knocked on my door. Was like, "Hey, is Robert here?" No.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
okay.
But
you know what?
Wikipedia can be off sometimes.
I'm
But
gonna write a movie.
Did you write it yourself?
Wikipedia says it's based on the Mason family Tate murders.
I don't see how.
Well, I mean,
Well, you know what?
Went up
Give
there
us
and they killed them.
give us the plot of The Strangers.
Two people come home from a wedding.
Mhm.
They're getting ready to just call it a night. Somebody knocks on the door, asks for the wrong person. All of a sudden, they're getting harassed by these people.
Which
That's
was
it.
is the
Isn't that
was it.
movie? That movie
that's
has
what
no
happened
violence.
with the
Oh, it doesn't
Tate-
need violence, man. It's creepy.
You know what I liked is what was it? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Their take on the Tate
Manson?
murders.
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's
the last
great.
scene. The last scene is phenomenal.
The payoff
Yes.
is great.
The movie
Yeah.
is like you guys were just talking about Dune, or last week or next week or whatever it was that you guys were talking about. It's just like a waste of
The
fucking
movie that we
Next
talked
week.
about in the future.
Next week or last week. You know
What
what?
you talked about next week?
Continue speaking.
You
Go
made a
ahead.
good point next week. What?
Next, we'll talk about time travel. Marie, how often? do you
Oh
time
my
travel?
god.
Marie, I have a funny feeling we're gonna make fun of you next week.
Yeah. Yep. But go ahead. What's your take?
like Lafayette was saying, he wasted 2 hours of his life just to get to the end, and then nothing happened. That was how Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was for me. It was just so fucking stupid.
Oh, but the payoff was good.
No, it
The
wasn't.
payoff
It was terrible.
What? Oh no, the
How was the payoff
flamethrower.
terrible? It was amazing.
Because it wasn't real. It's like Sharon Tate died.
That
you
was the
wasn't
point,
real.
though. It's
Yeah,
once
but-
upon a
but-
time in Hollywood. You know, like it's a fairy tale version of what his take is on that, and how different it would have been if they went to the wrong house. That was the kind of the thing. That makes sense.
No,
Yes?
it totally makes sense. It's just fucking stupid. I don't know. Maybe I just play.
I mean, you're not wrong. I get your point, because he's taking a real life
if I had
event.
never heard the Sharon Tate story, it'd be different. But because I know how it really ends, it's not that funny, or it's not that great. It's not.
Did you laugh? Did people laugh when you watched
It wasn't that funny.
That's hilarious. All right, that bitch died.
No, I'm the opposite, because I knew what was going to happen. I was kind of expecting all of them to get murdered at the end, and then Tarantino just
jacked.
180
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Flip
No,
the
I mean,
script, turn
the only problem,
tables.
even though this is we're going off now because Marie's future movie reviews. The only problem I ever had with that movie was the first half was so boring. All I thought was, good Lord, I have to sit through another hour and a half of this. It's like 3 hours long or some shit. And then it just ramped up, that movie. It got so much better as it kept going. I'm like, oh,
How?
movie's pretty
How was
good.
it better? How did it get
Brad
better?
Pitt took her shirt off. Come on,
Because
now.
of Cliff. Because of Cliff. Okay.
Because of Brad Pitt?
That's right. Cliff's character was phenomenal.
You
He
mean Brad
was-
Pitt's character, Cliff?
Yeah, Cliff. Yeah. And then when, like, remember he gave that girl the ride back to their little camp?
No.
And they tried to mess with him.
Manson
And that
camp.
dude tried to beat his ass. And Cliff
No.
just
Yeah.
whooped his fucking ass.
now change my tire.
yeah. He
That's
threw the-
gangster.
Yeah, he
oh, I
threw
love
the,
that.
the thing out of was, what do you call that? The wrench, that style of with the 4 stars or whatever.
the,
What is
the
that
spider, the tire
called? Is it-
spider.
It's called
Tire
tire spider.
iron.
Just threw it down and like, yeah,
Yeah.
change my tire. Like I was like, oh, that's got
That
him.
was awesome.
Got him. Yeah, it
But I
was
mean,
pretty-
you know,
Got him.
like, but that too was based on, you know, where the
it is. It was actually
Manson
based
people
on
hung
where
out.
they
Like,
were at. Yeah.
They
it
were
was,
at old.
yeah.
Western
Yeah, when he
studio
went
lot.
there, I was like, "Uh-oh, he's in trouble."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was
No.
cool.
No.
So, but that movie for Halloween purposes scared the shit out of Marie. So,
Scared her in the
There you go.
future.
Scared in the
Okay.
future.
Into
Future
the
Marie got
future.
scared.
Like,
Past
I'm
Marie-
out of here. I'm going into next week.
Past
Done
Marie
with
walked out,
this.
past Marie walked out of the theater like, this is stupid. Future Marie walked out of the theater going, well, I really appreciate what he did there at the end. Trick or treat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you fell into that one. I'm sorry. You just past, future, present you. You're like Christmas Story, all just wrapped
into one.
That's right. All right. Well, that's our Halloween show, everyone. So everybody wish everyone a happy Halloween. Johnny.
Happy Halloween. Stay safe.
There you go. Carlos.
Happy Halloween.
All right. Marie.
Happy Halloween.
There you go. Happy
Ooh,
Halloween.
it sounded like Marie was talking to her crush right there.
I
huh?
know, right? Oh, happy Halloween. Yeah.
Happy Halloween,
My
baby.
boyfriend's here, but he ain't gonna reckon. You guys gonna get along just great. So there you go. Happy Halloween. Stay safe, like Johnny said. Hope you get all the candy you want. You party your ass off, or you wake up in a dungeon chained to a radiator, and you don't know what's gonna happen next, and it just happens to be the morning. You just woke up drunk, right? That happened to you guys? No.
Every day.
Wow.
That's my
Interesting
girl.
life you lead. Interesting life. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll catch you guys next time here on, I just said it. Nerds Talking the Podcast. Later.